Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia and play games to pass the time. We are back with Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone's Warlock of Firetop Mountain. We had to use one of our remaining resurrection stones in the last episode because the silly genie that I don't know why I trusted him. Trust no genie ever, but he killed us. We're still not doing that great. We've gone back to the room with the strange crystal structure that seared our mind for a bunch of stamina damage, and now we are back in the maze that we were stuck in the last time. We're still only down to 3 out of 18 stamina. We are not in good shape, but let's see if we can pull something out of our hat this time. In the center of the crossroads, hanging from a rope, is a small cage. There is a goblin sitting in the cage with its legs dangling through the bars. Strangely, it looks through the rope as not being held up by anything and disappears into the darkness above. You also notice a metal box on the ground directly below the cage. Well, let's do the obvious thing. Let's see if we can talk to this goblin hanging from nothing. You look up towards the cage. The goblin begins humming some kind of tune. This creature either can't hold a note, or this is the worst tune you have ever heard. How did you get up there? It's my shift to sit in the cage and hold this crystal thingy. Ain't much fun, I can tell you. Sat here hour after hour, waiting for the next sucker to venture into the master's maze. Pausing for a moment, the goblin is clearly thinking hard. I think the others keepin' making it my shift, you know. They're jealous because I'm smarter than they is. This only raises more questions, but you hold your tongue. Ask the goblin to throw down the crystal. Ask the goblin how the cage is lowered, or examine the box. Well, if he got up there, he must know how the cage is lowered, so let's do that. You need to find some kind of thing to slot in the box down there. It'll be somewhere on this level. Well, I think that kind of answers our question about the box. We're probably not going to be able to do something about that, so let's leave by one of the exits. And it's a maze, so we're pretty much going everywhere. I'm going to assume if we go west, we're going to go back to the place we started from, so let's try going south. What's going to happen down here? This corridor is a T-junction. North, east, or south? Yeah, east? Sure. I don't know. This corridor is also a T-junction. Let's go south and see if it loops around. Let's see if we can find sort of the edges of this maze. Oh, dear. As you walk into this small room, you can hear crying. On the floor in front of you can see a large shape which looks like an ogre lying on its back. It is either sleeping or dead. Well, what's doing the crying, then? Laying across the top of the ogre with their back to you is someone or something dressed in orcish armor. The sobbing and wailing appears to be coming from them. Let's, before we go charging in here, because this is Warlock of Firetop Mountain and everything is trying to murder us, let's examine the two creatures more closely. You carefully walk around the creatures. On closer inspection, you can see that this is definitely an orc of some description, and they are very upset. The ogre appears peaceful, and apart from blank open eyes and a swollen tongue hanging from its maw, you would assume that it was sleeping. The orc senses your presence, but is too mournful to care about you. Let's just ask what the problem is. Maybe we can settle this peacefully. Yeah, that's not likely, is it? You ask what the problem is and whether you can help. The figure turns around and you can see that it's a young orc, his eyes red and puffy, tears rolling down his cheeks. She's gone, completely dead. I told them orcs that she was not well enough to enter this stinking maze. They pushed her too far this time, he says through muffled sobs. You suddenly feel sorry for these wretched creatures. Obviously the ogre meant something to this orc. Give the orc a gold donation? That's kind of tacky and tasteless, isn't it? Attack the orc or leave this room. Let's just leave. Let's do that. The paths lead in 3 directions. Well, let's go west. I do want to see if we can kind of loop... Well, that's not the edge of the maze that I wanted it to be. T-junction, east or south? Let's go back down south. Hope for the best down here. Large columns with archways continue down this passage. All right, hopefully we've kind of found the edge of this. Let's go east. You follow the purple flagstones until they hit a brick wall and disappear underneath. Your only option is to go back west. Okay. Well, good, actually. Well, because at least if we can define the edges of the maze, we might get somewhere. Let's try going back through the ogre room. Yes, we know about the ogre. East, west, east, and north. Which one was east? That way's east. Okay, great. Let's go that way. Another T-junction. Let's try going south again. See if we can kind of sketch out the maze here. You see a cluster of crystalline objects ahead and realize that you have hit a dead end. The only option is to go back north. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. T-junction, let's go east. And I assume makes a sharp turn and we can really only go south. Unless we're going to go back the way we came. Large columns with archways continue down this passage. Let's keep going east. Large columns with archways continue down this passage. There seems to be many passages of large columns with archways. The pathway enters a small room and continues at the far side through a large archway. As you walk into the room, the ground beneath your feet begins to shake. From either side of you, 4 large, ghostly white hands loom out of the darkness. You are in danger of being trapped by the ghostly hands. Yeah, let's just run. Absolutely run. We have 3 stamina left. Run. Run as far as you can. As you run through the gap between the rapidly encroaching hands, you can feel their impending icy coldness. Just as it appears they are about to grab you, they stop. And you stand there in shock. They suddenly fade away into small wisps of white smoke. From somewhere in the distance, you hear a laugh, which echoes around you. Someone is enjoying your discomfort. Now lead south and north for our exits. Well, let's go north. Let's find out what's going on up here. The purple pathway bends to another door. West or south? Let's go west. I feel we're kind of getting a lot of this maze done. T-junction. West or north? Let's keep going west. Let's see if we can actually get back the way we came. Oh no, ghostly hands again. Pathway enters a small room and continues at the far side through a large archway. As you walked into the room, there's a sudden tremor. From either side of you, 4 large ghostly white hands loom out of the darkness. Yeah, run. Keep running. You run as fast as you can, but the ghostly hands are faster than you are. One of them grips your corporeal form, and your whole body feels icy cold as it begins to squeeze you. And we're dead again. Okay. Do we actually have a resurrection stone left, or was I kidding about that? The mountain has claimed yet another victim. Would you like to use that resurrection stone? Well, we decided in the comments that that's a fair use of a game mechanic and does not break my all decisions are final rule set. But I believe this is our last resurrection stone. Can I check that now? Yes, I can. Resurrection stone, resurrection stone. I assume that's that one right there, and that says ×1. Okay, yes, I would like my hero to be resurrected for the very last time. And we are back at the bench. We gain +5 stamina, and we go back up the stairs. Let me just get us back to sort of the same area we were in. Okay, so we're back in the maze, and we kind of know what's all the way down here, and really there wasn't anything worth investigating, I think. Following the passageway, you open a door leading into a square room. Your eyes are immediately drawn to a large bowl filled to the brim with gold pieces. You spot a large clay vase. Alright, what's in this room? You sift through the broken pottery and other debris. Suddenly you hear a heavy snorting sound behind you and quickly turn around. A muscular beast emerges from the shadows. From the neck down, it is man-like with powerful muscles flexing and heaving as its broad chest takes deep breaths. Easily as tall as yourself, this creature has the head of a rampaging bull. Oh, that's gonna be a big old minotaur, isn't it? This can't possibly end well. We have 6 stamina. 6. The minotaur's huge red eyes glare furiously. With a bellow, it lowers 2 sharp horns towards you and charges. Fight the minotaur. Okie dokie. Probably not gonna end well. He's really, really big. But on the plus side, he is one of those larger creatures that occupies 4 squares, so it might be actually a little bit easier to hit this guy. Let's move here and see what he does. He's okay. We're in very, very deep trouble right now. Sure, piercing strike, why not? Why not? We're evenly matched in skill, so it's just going to be a dice roll. Okay, we got 1 good hit in there. I feel he's going to be able to reach us even if we go back there. I think this is just going to be a slugfest at this point. So sure, oh, he knocked us back. That wasn't very nice, but I hit him. That was nicer. Let's go over here. No, don't quick jab. Oh, I can only move 1 square. Move there. Okay, good. that seemed to work. Let's attack on the diagonal here. Oh, that worked fine. All right. There's a slim chance we might make it out of this. I don't have my hopes up, though. Okay, let's, can you move here? No, you can only attack diagonally. You can't move diagonally. If we move here, can he get past that thing? No, he can't. Yeah, quick jab, do that. Oh my god, I can't believe we did that. Nobody is more surprised than me that we came out of that effectively unscathed. We have defeated the Minotaur. With an almighty bellow, the Minotaur crashes to the ground, its legs twitch, spasming reflexively, then the beast lies still. Its head lands with a painful thump at your feet, and you hop back in pain. Wiping your weapon's blade, you return it to its sheath. Sorting through the broken pots, you find little of interest. The liquid looks, smells, and tastes like water. The coins in the pot are a fraud. Some genuine gold pieces lie on the surface of the pile. Underneath are merely painted pieces of pot. Plus 8 gold pieces. Fantastic. Don't really have anything to spend that on, and I really need some stamina. If anyone would like to sell me provisions, that would be great. As you tip the vase out, it slips and breaks. A crystal shard appears, hidden inside a false bottom in the bowl. You place it in your pack. Plus 2 luck. Interesting. Let's go back to the goblin in the cage. And yeah, let's go south. Oh, is this a maze that changes every time? How very... Oh, no, it's the ghostly hands. It's the ghostly hands. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Run towards the archway, get out. Oh, one of them grips your corporeal form and your whole body feels icy cold as it begins to squeeze you. This is one of those mazes that changes every time you go through it. And we're really super dead this time. We're really super dead. We have no more resurrection stones. Damn you, Ian Livingstone and Steve Jackson. I have yet to finish a fighting fantasy. Well, there it is. We didn't have any luck with Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Actually, that's not true. We got pretty far in here. We did pretty well, I think. This is better than average for my fighting fantasy. All decisions are final, rules set. But there it is. We are dead. If you want me to take another crack at this someday, let me know in the comments. Certainly, this is a fantastic way to play fighting fantasy. I love what Tin Man Games has done to this. But if you want me to take another stab at it, no pun intended, let me know. Maybe we can avoid the ghostly hands next time. But until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.